Hey guys, this is Empire Academy and this is your Empire Minute. This was Steve and Kelly. And today we're going to be talking about the management agreement. And in the management agreement, we talk about what it takes to get a property leased and what kind of our expectations are. Now, understand, like Kelly had said in prior ones, there's a reason that a lot of these things are in the management agreement because what an owner may think is rent ready and what Empire may think is rent ready could be complete polar opposites. And they may just not know and they don't understand or they don't know what the market's doing or maybe they just have a different set of standards. So what we've done in the management agreement is we've put in there what we feel needs to be done at a minimum to get the property ready. So we start off with curb appeal and we start off with saying you need to have long cut, it's got to be edged, blown, flower beds weeded with mulch. So the reason we do that is we explain to the owner that the first impression is everything. When they drive up to that house, it's got to look nice. If it does not look nice, they're maybe not even going to stop at the property. They're just going to keep on going. So again, first impression is everything. That's why we want it to look good. If they can even pressure wash it, that would be great. But again, when someone's driving up to a property, they are imagining themselves living there. And if they drive up and they see trash and they see stuff in the mailbox and just paper littered everywhere, they're going to think this is not a place I want to live. And if they do want to live there, that may not be a tenant we want to accept because maybe they're not going to treat the property nice. So that's the exterior. Now we go to the interior, and we've got a list of things, but again, these are things that even though they sound rudimentary and basic, they're actually things that we have come into in the past that cause issues. So you've got odor-free, fresh paint and clean walls, professionally cleaned or new carpet, make sure the property is clean, no leftover personal items, no trash, all window coverings are operational, all light bulbs are working, all outlets have switch plate covers, the smoke alarms are up to Texas property code, which is very, very important. All appliances in place and operational. No cockroaches, fleas, or any other bugs. All keys are going to be given to Empire, meaning the door, the mailbox, the pool key, anything that requires a key, we need it. And garage door openers left. So, Kelly, how do you explain this to an owner? And do you get much owners asking? Do you explain it to them? What's the standard with this?
So, as you mentioned, born out of necessity, and back in the day, we needed this a lot more. We don't come across it as often. However, it is still important, especially just because sometimes you do still come across people who have that different standard. And what this does is it allows us to get the property leased as quickly as possible. It also educates the owner because maybe they're used to doing lower income type situations, and we can get I think I already said the property lease quickly, but then also we're setting that expectation ahead of time. So when they get over to the property managers and they tell them what needs to be done, they're not surprised. And angry and things like that. We can talk about the importance of the keys and smoke detectors in another segment,
Sure.
But we just kind of just run down the list and explain to them that's why it is important to get at least. Oh, that was the thing I was forgetting was, if the carpets are dirty, if there's holes in the walls, and this is one reason why we don't want to show the properties, even if you're going to fix it. We don't want to show the properties until they are fixed because as Steve mentioned, people envision themselves living in that property, and if the carpets are filthy, they're going to remember, even if they're cleaned later on, and then picture their kids crawling around on that floor, and no. So, we want to make sure it is in the best condition because that does set the standard for how we expect it to be returned to us, and keeps the tenants more cognizant that they have to take care of the property. And again, as you mentioned, it's you got to wonder, and there's some red flags if people are okay with taking a property as in any condition other than listed here, and how are they going to treat it? And that's just going to cost you more for your make ready and etc. down the road.
And we do get some owners that maybe they may say, hey, I'll fix it after a tenant moves in, or I'll fix it after I get it leased. And the challenge is you're never going to get it leased in that condition. The best bang for the buck are fresh paint, new carpet. If you can do fresh paint and new carpet, you're going to probably beat out 90% of the other properties out there because, again, the smell of new carpet and the smell of fresh paint does wonders for any other odors. And switch plate covers, believe it or not, are probably the easiest thing that gets you the biggest bang for the buck because they're white and they're clean, and you don't realize how dingy and dark they are until you replace them. It's a very easy fix. But again, those three things are very good things that you tell an owner, listen, this is what we recommend. You can keep your old carpet there, but the reality is you want to have a tenant in there that wants a clean place to live, because that means they're going to treat it clean. You get a tenant that doesn't care, that's kind of how they're going to treat it. So again, this is something good to go over, because we let them know that we only pick quality tenants. We're very selective, but when you are selective, the other side is they're going to be selective about where they live. And this is how we give them a good property. We only pick the best because they only want the best, and that's the best way I could put it. So again, it's just a good way to explain to the owner about this and how this works.
One other thing too that is important to remember, to remind them as well, is that if they see the property in a bad condition, or if they accept the property and it's not in perfect condition, the tenants get a move-in inventory condition form where they mark down anything that is wrong that they will not be responsible for when they return the security deposit. So if they see the property in bad condition, you bet they're going to be looking around once they move in, even if you do fix a few things, but they're going to be looking around, and that's when the owner then has more things that the tenants are requesting to be fixed.
Absolutely.
And it's a hassle for the property managers. And
it starts off on a bad note.
Absolutely. And it ends up costing you more in the long run, because now they're nitpicking with everything. So
exactly.
It's seems like a no-brainer, but it's important for many reasons.
Yeah. This is Stephen Kelly with Empire Academy. We'll talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.